Hi, this is Scott Greenya from Fairfax, Vermont, also known as Scotty DQ, and you're listening to The Barbecue Central Show.
From my heart and from my hand, why don't people understand my intention?
Happy to have you aboard here for the really big barbecue show.
We cook because we have to, and we grill because we want to.
Fine, how's it going?
You have a great show. I'm a big fan.
So what seems to be the problem here? This man looks like he's dead, and he's in the crackle.
Charbono! It's all about the Charbono, dude!
Succulent fish! What?
He ate 54 wieners.
But listen, Lavernius, shut your face.
I'm shaking like a dog shit peach seeds.
You could use it to fight off creeping marauders looking to take your steaks off your grills.
I just like being anywhere with Junior, Senior, and Diva.
Sounds like a whole other type of movie.
Wow. Yeah, really. Keep it hot, keep it clean, keep it lubricated.
We have top men working on it right now. Ooh, top men.
Everybody, welcome to the second hour of the show. Plastic tubes and pots and pans. Electricity we're making. Weird science. That's right. Second hour of the show. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. This is a little bit more relaxed portion. I'm going to just unzip my hoodie sweatshirt just a little bit. Thanks again to Scotty Johnson and Robin Lindars for joining me last hour. 877-448-0433. Coming up here in just about a minute or so, we're going to be joined. You know, how many years have I been doing this? Oh, my God. Give me a freaking break, man. Hey, I meant to make a mention of this at the top of the hour, 9 o'clock, but we are celebrating third year of the show live. Hey! Third year of the show live. What? On February 7th, I think it's after February 7th. It's February 8th. That's right. February 8th, so we're one day past 3 years ago. 3 years ago, in the succulent studios of Cleveland, Ohio, I connected in to L.A., Los Angeles, and actually did the very first show. It was a Skype-to-Skype connection. It was, regrettably, an on-remote location show. You can go back and get the archive and hear how not excellent I was. But it's a growing process. We've evolved over the years. But I can't believe... That's funny. I was just going to say that, Danielle. I can't believe how long some people have been listening to me. And it's not like I've tied you down and held you hostage, which I can't even believe because I've done that to some people, much to their chagrin. But you people have hung with me. We've collected. We've grown as a society, as a people, as I would like to call you, the Centralites. We've amassed. We have a voice, and we're continuing to grow, which is obviously the best part of the whole thing. If we were contracting, I would quit because my ego cannot handle that. But, so we're here now, live show, 3 years, and I was doing a podcast before that for 2. So happy anniversary to the show, and a lot of that thanks goes to each and every one of you guys that are tuning in, whether it be live every week or catching it on the podcast. So thank you very much, and I would like to take credit for the fact that my brisket roundtable helped shape and populate what is now the craze of Wagyu beef. You're welcome. And I'm sure your wallets aren't thanking me at all for that. They cost like, I think 2 of those, it's like $138 shipped or something like that for 2 or whatever it is. I mean, it's outrageous, but you people just eat them up like crazy. Take a note from Mike Wozniak, why don't you? Learn how to cook that brisket. You just can't buy good brisket. All right, never for that. Let's head over to the hotline, baby. Pull up the guy that won Lakeland Pig Festival 2 weeks ago. It's Mark Breen, ladies and gentlemen. Mark, how are you, buddy? Mark. Get
that big stuff out of here.
I'm just asking for some goddamn patience. Dude must still be bitter. I just want a little patience. Wait for me. Here we go.
Hey, Greg.
Mark, how are you, buddy?
Good. How you doing?
All right. Sorry, I meant to tell you, when you see me call in, just pick up because, I kind of talk my way into the introduction, and I think I forgot to mention that, and we just missed each other.
All right.
Well, welcome into the show, Mark, and I appreciate you making time out tonight. And first of all, congratulations. We look back a couple weeks ago, widely considered to be like the event that kicks off the Kansas City Barbecue Society season. And it's really hard to believe, as you look back, we're in January, really kind of the earlier parts of January, and the season almost extends out like 11 and a half months from now. But as we look at that very first contest that most people consider to be that kickoff event, how did you game plan going into it? You knew a lot of the best teams were going to be down there. A lot of people make the roadie for that one. What's the mindset going in? How did the weekend kind of unfold for you?
Well, really, Greg, the mindset was just go down and try to have a consistent cook and just kind of hang with the big boys, so to speak. Really no plans in thinking we were going to be able to win, but just getting down there to compete and trying to do our best in each category. So.
When did you guys actually load in for the competition?
We got in Thursday morning, so it gave us a little time to get aware of our surroundings, and had a little extra time for prep, and so we planned. The timing was good. So
now, Mark, as a team, how many other teammates you have coming down there? Just a like a skeleton crew? Or do you bring a whole bunch of people?
No, well, I generally have one, but my main teammate Moses is with me on just about all the cooks. My son Colby participates in a few, as well as Nikki, my girlfriend, comes out and helps out when she can as well. So
now,
got a great supporting cast.
So when you set up Thursday, like you said, you had a little extra time for prep. Are you a team that likes to go out and kind of hobnob with some of the rest of the people and kind of catch up, or are you just all business out there?
Yes, I do. I generally, if I get in somewhere Thursday, I certainly like to take a little R&R and like you say, hobnob with some of the teams and friends that I've met, along the trail. And that Thursday kind of gives you a little breathing room, so to speak. Naturally, Friday morning it's pretty much all business from there to turn in.
So when you start rolling there on Friday, during the course of the cook, anything out of the ordinary that you had to contend with as far as elements, environment, drunk punks coming around and messing things up, anything like that?
No, not at all. It went pretty smooth. We were just enjoying that Florida weather. It was nice to, we left here out of Virginia with really cold temps and snow on the ground, and it was just nice to get down there and see some sun and some decent weather. Be able to put a pair of shorts on was nice. But like I said, it's first time at Lakeland, and I just really tried to take it all in and have a good time.
What kind of a cooker are you using out there?
I'm using a old Stumps 223. Is what I went down there with.
When do the big meats hit the cooker?
Big meats generally hit the cooker around, I believe I got them on about 1 a.m. For Lakeland. Generally, I'll put them on a little later, but, when you make that trip like that and you're seeing that field of competitors, I tend to try to get everything done and mindset and timelines a little longer. So,
Mark Breen, pitmaster of Serial Griller. Sorry, there I got mixed up in my G's. Joining us here on the show, and he won Lakeland a couple weeks ago down there at the Pig Festival. Mark, as the cook wears on overnight and you start to get ribs and chicken on, I mean, how you feeling about the cook as it's progressing? Feeling pretty good about it?
Yeah, I felt pretty good about it for the most part. Nothing spectacular. Actually, I didn't feel like it was certainly one of my best cooks, but I was kind of indifferent on it. No big problems. Didn't really, cooking with as many meats as I had on. It was a little difficult, but I felt it was all in all an average cook.
Do you typically bring more cookers to help out with the capacity of the meat? Did you kind of slim down just for the trip?
I'll generally bring with me a WSM, one of them 22 WSMs I like to have fired up for finishing whether it's my ribs and chicken. Try to just have it on. I don't always use it, but I certainly always have it fired up right there around dawn. So
as you get everything turned in and you get to awards, you start kind of seeing everybody getting called up, and I mean, are you gauging right away that you have a shot to win as you get through the first few categories, or are you just kind of happy to have everything turned in on time and you see where it shakes out from there?
Yeah, pretty much. We got a second place call in ribs, which was nice. Kind of set a little bit of hope for something big, and with no call on the pork, and then finally a call in brisket. I was thinking maybe top 5. That's about where I felt we would be at the end. I was looking for top 5, and of course, it just really got a big shock to hear Serial Griller called there at the end. So,
Mark, if I could back up just for 1 second, we're talking with Mark Breen, pitmaster of Serial Griller. I ask a lot of teams this, and I guess initially when I started asking teams, I thought this was just kind of be a throwaway question to lead into some more substantial stuff. But the more I asked it, the more I was surprised with the answer. But as you pull your stuff off and you're starting to get your turn-in boxes ready, are you tasting everything before you turn it in, or is it just like give it a quick, amen, hallelujah, I put it in the box and you run it?
Well, 99% of the time I taste it. There's always certain elements that'll come into play where you just either down to you're down to your products that you have to have for the boxes, and you've just got to put them in. But I would say 99% of the time I try to taste everything that goes into the box, as well as feeling it and looking at it, and everything else I can do to just feel good about what I'm putting in the box.
And did you take the same amount of meat that you would normally cook at another competition, or did you scale back on that? I mean, how much are you cooking at a regular competition?
I generally cook anywhere from 3 to 4 butts. Always cook a couple brisket, anywhere from 4 to 6 racks of ribs, and up to maybe 20 pieces of chicken. Pretty much the same. I didn't go down to Lakeland with any more or any less than I normally cook.
Did you? Are you a guy that subscribes to that Wagyu beef type stuff, or are you just a strict guy out of the case?
For the most part, yeah. I'm been using the Snake River Farm. Started using that last year and had some pretty good results, and have just stuck with that for the most part. I'll throw in some of that Greg Norman Wagyu as well. occasionally. But for the most part, I'm a firm believer in the Wagyu product.
Mark Breen joining us. He took Grand Champion a couple weeks ago out there at Lakeland. We're talking, at least right now, about how that whole thing shook out. Mark, obviously, one of the things that a lot of people were talking about, aside from your win, was the fact that another team out there in Virginia, and by the way, assuming that the big controversy out there didn't happen, there was probably a very good chance that the state, or should I say, the Commonwealth of Virginia would have took 1, 2, and 3 at that competition out there in Lakeland. But as we kind of transition briefly over to what happened to Tuffy Stone out there at Cool Smoke, a lot of stuff, and it was videoed, so a lot of people have seen it. But holding that aside, not talking about that at all, but as somebody who won the freaking competition and then to hear all of the crap going on about what happened to Tuffy Stone, do you think it was a little unfair? Do you think it took away from what you guys did that weekend?
Well, yeah, I think it possibly overshadowed it a bit, but again, it was something that the way I feel is, Tuffy Stone's great, certainly a great friend and someone you certainly have to admire on as far as what his accomplishments are, and but on the same hand, he knows. As well as all of our teams, you've got to be there on time, for turn-ins. And while I certainly felt for him, we've certainly come close several times in the past as well. But it was certainly I felt pretty bad for Tuffy, and like I say, it was naturally something that possibly cost him the win. But
were you able to look at that video that everybody else saw, Mark?
Oh yes, of course.
So so when you see him kind of rolling in there, what was your initial impression? Do you think it was just late? My thought is that, and of course it had to happen, of course, with Carolyn Wells being the one that was putting the clock down. I thought as soon as she picked up that clock and put it down, that was it. And he showed up late, and she should have told him there straight up, look, you're late, too bad. But there was like this whole weird thing that looked like it was happening, and he was told to put it on, and it was like it was okay, but then it wasn't okay. What were your initial impressions when you saw it?
Well, I felt the same way. Naturally, it was a late entry. I've heard, just looking over the forum and talking to other people, that it was just something that shouldn't have been accepted. Like I say, it got into the tray and went back, and was some time, I believe, before that call was made. And I don't know. It was certainly something. Watching it on video, I guess it kind of, I'm sure everybody kind of wonders, what would have been the outcome hadn't that happened. But again, like I said, I talked to Tuffy on the way home, and he pretty much explained to me as well as everybody else what happened. And I don't know. I don't know what Carolyn's position was on that, and I think in the end, they made the right call. So,
Mark Breen joining us here, pitmaster of Serial Griller and Grand Champ a couple weeks ago over at Lakeland. And, we'll obviously transition away from that subject here. And I'd like to say that, Carolyn Wells is waiting in the wings to come on the show and talk about that, but I can pretty much guarantee that that's not going to happen, but that's all right. Mark, as you look over the course of the calendar year and the competition season, you guys do a lot of competitions. You like to stay local. What's the mindset here in 2011?
2011, we're looking at about 20-plus competitions. We're gonna increase from last year. We did 15 last year, and I think we're set for about 22 this year. So Mobile being our next competition, and then we'll be hitting it pretty hard in April, May, June, and so on.
Are you signed up for the Sam's Club tour?
Yes, I am. I got signed up today for the Orlando Region 3 series out in Region 3. Of course, the Region 5 here locally, where we're all close to, kind of conflicted with our cook schedule for the Royal. So we wanted to kind of make sure that we could participate in both. So.
Well, good luck this season, and Mark, I certainly appreciate you coming on tonight and breaking down Lakeland and everything that happened. And regardless of the controversy, you guys were called, you guys win, and you should certainly enjoy exactly what took place that weekend. You earned that win, and nobody's going to be able to take that away from you guys now. Like I said, good luck the rest of the season, and thanks for coming out tonight. I appreciate it.
Great. Well, thanks a lot, Greg. It's a pleasure and an honor talking to you, and we'll look forward to seeing and hearing from you again.
All right. Thanks for coming on again. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
There he is. It's Mark Breen, pitmaster of Serial Griller. Man, what a nightmare. What a nightmare that weekend was. Oh, my God. I mean, is it my non-recollection that is that like the first time they've had cameras like in turn-in? Well, aside from when they do like the Food Channel stuff and they show you people doing it. Because I remember seeing Chris Lilly get told to beat it one time on the Food Network or whatever. But I mean, that I never recall anybody having a camera during where you would turn that stuff in. I mean, that's either got to happen all the time now or that can never happen again. And considering how that whole thing went down, unless you're Tuffy, I would imagine everybody wants to have that stuff videotaped, because how can you not? And what is it ridiculous of me to think that pretty much anybody who's anybody decided to click on that link and watch how that whole thing went down? I mean, granted, the first 6.5 minutes were brutal. Some people love to talk when they're turning in their boxes. Other people just want to get the F out. But to like that one dude that was like, "Hey, here's Johnny Trigg. Here's Johnny Trigg." Stupid. Just section that part out and then go ahead and put the part that counts on. Is there anybody that doesn't want? Quick poll here on the Ustream. If you compete, do you want to have the turn in now videotaped regardless, so everybody can see what's going on now? Huh? I know I do. I mean, I want to see what's going on. How many times has a late turn-in now been accepted? This opens up a whole new can of worms that everybody is going to be talking about. And like I was telling Mark, I can pretty much goddamn guarantee that nobody from the KCBS is going to want to come here on this show and talk about what happened and what measures are going to be put in place to rectify that situation. And I understand that their position is going to be, look, we disqualified it. It was late, blah, blah, blah. But the bottom line is this. If you watch the video, Carolyn Wells, and of course it had to be her, right? Of course. Because you can't punish her for screwing up because she founded the frickin' thing. She picks up the clock. She puts it down. Tuffy's in late. Immediately, she should have said, sorry, that's late. No matter who you are, Tuffy Stone or Rod Gray or Joe S., the Ragman, it doesn't matter. Late is late, and you're disqualified. But that's not how it went out. And it's not how it went down. And to look at that whole I thought for sure that he was going to be allowed to keep that turn. And that's how it came off to me. I have to imagine, if you've seen it, that's how it came off to everybody who watched it. Like, okay, put it in, okay. Take a deep breath. I think somebody even said, take a deep breath. You're all right. All right, whatever. So that's how it went down. Next week, I'm actually going to be having Tuffy Stone on to talk about it. So stay tuned for that. Little teaser. Let me get my sound effects up here. So we can do fun with sound effects. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, Chris. Just like the NFL, call on the field is affirmed and overturned, whatever. Don, you haven't seen the video, Don? Where do you live, in the Stone Ages? Sorry if you people that are listening on the regular radio don't know what I'm talking about. Come on. Okay, here we go. Now, here you go. Huck put it up for you, Don. Go ahead and watch it. But go all the way. Let it load in first, depending on what kind of internet connection. Go all the way down and watch. I mean, it's late, but then they give him that sense of everything's going to be all right, baby. But it's not all right. It was late. It's late. Beat it. All right, here we go. Now, this little segment before we end the show tonight. Actually, does anybody want any prizes? Just call in. Just call in, and we'll get some prizes going. 877-448-0433. 877-448-0433. It's a toll-free call. I'm actually paying for it. And you can get a prize, and then we'll get to the Fun with the Censor Beep segment. Fun with the Censor Beep segment. It doesn't get any better than that. No. Daniel Demoski coming huge with these. Those Kevin from Home BBQ shooting me these pretty cool instant messages via Skype. 877-448-0433 if you want some prizes. Otherwise, we'll just go ahead and move right to the thing. All right. Now, as you recall, last week I was setting up an interview with Robin Lindars, and she shined on me with no excuse. She just didn't show up, and I'm like, wow. And initially I thought, hey, this could be on me because for the majority of the time that she had just started coming on the show was at some point last year, obviously well into past the summer, because then I was doing school and we had I had school, so I had to move the show to Wednesdays at 9. But since the first of the year, we've moved back to the traditional Tuesday at 9, and I thought, you know what, maybe there was miscommunication, and she just, didn't do it right, or whatever the case may be, but that wasn't the case. So we'll hold off on that explanation, and we'll head on over to the phone lines. Name and where you're calling from.
You talking to me?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, this is David Bosca.
Hey, it's the Butcher, baby. Dave, what's up, buddy?
Oh, just calling you, listening to you, and freezing our tail ends off there in Oklahoma.
Wow. Well, I mean, it's hard to get some sympathy from a guy who's sitting on the freezing shores of what is now a balmy 5 degrees in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame city of Cleveland, Ohio.
We're not too far with you. We got negative 20 wind chill, negative 10 wind chill. So we feel you.
All right, so I have a number of things to give away, Dave. Are you interested in any type of prizes tonight?
Well, heck yeah.
All right.
And I'll do one just as good with this. Whatever we win, I say let's put it up for auction. I'll pay for shipping. Money goes to Cancer Sucks.
All right, well, let's do that. We have these items to choose from. We have, obviously, frog mats. We have the wood smoke products from Greenleaf Barbecue, which are wine-infused oak wood. We also have some wild game rub from the good folks over at bbqhooks.com. And we have the El Capitan Santa Maria style barbecue seasoning, which, of course, is a favorite of Harry Carey. So out of any of those prizes, anything is grabbing you?
Let's go with the frog mats. Who wants to buy them?
All right, frog mats it is. And do we want to go ahead and set a price for those, and then whoever is the winning bidder, we can just get their great size?
That sounds good.
All right, because the great size.
I'll start out with $40.
$40? What? Oh my God!
Let's do it.
$40 is in for Dave Bosca, and if you are ready to step up to the plate and start bringing money to CancerSucksChicago.com, then you can call in and bid over Dave Bosca, and then you will then be the proud owner of Frog Mats. So, Dave, I appreciate you getting the bidding started. I'll let you get back to the show, and we'll see how this whole thing plays out. Thanks, Dave.
Keep us posted.
All right, take care. There he is. It's Dave Bosca. He's the butcher. Butcher Barbecue. How much do you love your frog, Matt? $40 worth? Dave loves his $40 worth. And, of course, all the money going to CancerSucksChicago.com. I will make sure that happens. So thank you so much. I am blown away. See, the Centralites continue to amaze me. Just when I think you guys are going to be asking me for money, we turn this into a 1032 charity drive. Very good. Thanks for calling in, Dave. I certainly appreciate it. And Dave has very good products that a lot of the best competing teams out there actually use. And you can find him at butcherbbq.com. All right, so that's right. How's your life? So anyway, getting back to the story, I thought it was on me that this mix-up happened with Robin Lindars last weekend because of the Wednesday flipping over to Tuesday after the first weekend. Maybe I didn't convey that to her, and I was a little dejected that perhaps that was on. But guess what? It wasn't. It wasn't on me. It wasn't on me. Now, the voicemail I'm about to play you comes directly off my phone, is edited for certain purposes. But this is the very original voicemail that Robin left me the very next day. And now I caution you, ladies and gentlemen. You wouldn't probably guess it as you hear her on our regular monthly segments. But she's a little, she uses a little choice language in some right places here during the course of this message. So this is the original message I'm about to play for you. And then we're going to go play Having Fun with Censor Beeps. And I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. Here's the original message that Robin left me. Listen and enjoy.
Hey, Greg, it's Robin. I feel like the biggest asshole in the world. I completely spaced last night. Like, I don't know what happened to me. I just completely forgot. I had even been excited about doing the show all day and all weekend, and I'd been prepping for it, but I don't know what happened. I went out to dinner, and then my stomach was really upset, and then the next thing I know, I was just like kind of out of it because I guess I had mild food poisoning. I don't know, but anyway, I am a total jerk, and I apologize. I feel so bad. I woke up at like 5:30 this morning, and I was like, fuck. Oh, my God. I completely forgot about the radio show. And I apologize from the bottom of my heart. I just feel like such a jerk. But I have no other excuse other than the fact that I completely spaced on it, even though we've been chatting about it for like a week. But maybe that's the state of my brain right now, is that there's just too many things going on at once. I even had it on my calendar, obviously. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. And obviously, I still want to be on the show. If you want me to go on next week instead, I promise I won't forget. And
right.
You can make fun of me on air as much as you like. Anyway, I definitely plan to make it up to you, and I apologize. I'm feeling like such a schmuck right now. If you want to call me to chat, my cell is 404.
Can't let you hear that. Sorry.
Talk to you soon. Hope you have a good day. Bye.
All right. So there it is, the original voicemail message left by Robin Lindars. We'll get back to the fun with unnecessary censorship here in a second, but we race over to the great country north of America, that being Canada. Diva, what's up?
I will bid $50 for the math.
$50, ladies and... Look, my math skills are poor at best, but David was at 40. Chad has also matched 40. That's $80. And then Diva is actually going to go ahead and one-up Dave Bosca at $50. So if my math is right, this frog mat is at $130. Yeah! Danielle, first of all, thank you so much for calling in and keep the bidding going. Obviously, this is for a great cause. You know Scotty. You've kind of hung out with him here and there. Am I correct in that assumption? You've met Scotty before.
Oh, yeah. I've met Scotty on numerous occasions. It's a great charity.
As somebody that has dealt with Scotty on a first-hand basis, probably against your will, what kind of a guy is Scott? And give us kind of that insider feel as to what he's all about, what kind of a salt-of-the-earth guy he is.
He is a legend in his own mind, for sure. He is definitely a guy's guy, and he definitely has his own little barbecue posse.
But
That's a good thing.
But this is certainly a worthy cause and something that we all want to kind of keep in mind, because I think it's safe to say, and not to get too dark here, but if a number of things don't take you off the face of the earth, the old saying is, if nothing else gets you, cancer will, and it would be great if there was some way we could actually eradicate the disease.
Absolutely. He goes out of his way in every situation possible to make sure that everything goes to the Corliss Foundation. He goes to all of the events. He tags people. It's at the forefront of his top of mind awareness to make sure that everybody understands that all the monies that he gets, goes towards that. And that is fantastic. You have to be supportive of a guy that's going out and doing that.
Absolutely, and certainly you're a true supporter of that, coming in and offering up $50 for a $15 frog mat. So, Danielle, I certainly appreciate you calling in tonight. Thanks for the bid. We'll keep it going.
No worries, guys. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thanks for everything.
It's Danielle Demoski, current reigning queen of barbecue when it comes to Canada. We go to area code 760, name and where you're calling from.
Hey, this is Tom Emery. I'd give $40 for those wine-infused wood. That stuff's pretty good, man. I've used it before. I'd do it some more.
Now we're just throwing money around. Tom's paying $40 for wine-infused oakwood products, and then we have $130 sitting over for frog mats. Tom, I'm just out of the blue. How does this man not get elected to the Kansas City Barbecue Board of Directors? You tell me, Tom.
Bro, there's a lot of judges out there. I don't know. I guess that's the way it is.
Evidently, you need to have a video camera on you in order to be elected these days.
Maybe, I don't.
Or maybe you need to have a video camera off you.
Maybe the more I hear about what's going on over there, the happier I am that it worked out this way. So I'm looking forward to cooking, brother. Actually, going to cook with Scotty, as a matter of fact. Yeah,
hey,
so he's a bud.
All right. Well, Tom calls in and is now $40 for the wine-infused oakwood. So you can obviously do it one of two ways. If you're just going to start donating, you go to cancersuckschicago.com, or if you want to send it to me, I will obviously direct it over to Scotty as well. So if anybody's interested in doing that, you're more than happy to do so. And we've got this little fundraiser thing going here. It's kind of making me feel good here on the Barbecue Central show. And Tom, as always, I always appreciate the time, and thanks for the donation for the wood products. All right, take care. It's Barbecue Tom. His website, by the way, is barbecuetom.com. Oak products. $40 for him. And the frog mat is $130. All right, by the way, our high comedy episode right now is, we all heard the Robin Lindar's original voicemail. She dropped an F-bomb. Oh, yeah, that's right. She dropped an F-bomb. She also dropped an a-hole. What? I mean, I had no idea that she was moonlighting as a sailor. Oh my God. Anyway, that's right. Well, yeah, I agree. Chad Ward, pitmaster of Whiskey Bend Barbecue, weighing in, but she's doing it in a very lady-like fashion. Of course she is. I mean, I didn't think that was up for discussion. All right, now, here's where it possibly takes a turn for the worse, okay? And thanks again to Tom Emery for calling in and donating $40 for wood products. I was like, man, did she just drop a-hole and an F-bomb in my voicemail? But she wasn't referring to me as an a-hole or using the adjective to describe me as far as the F-bomb, because usually that's how it goes. You know, Rampy, you're an a-hole, and, you know, I'm like, I hate you so effing much, blah, blah, blah. Those are usually the voicemails that I get. So I was a little surprised when she was just using these as Patrick Starr from SpongeBob would say, as sentence enhancers. And I thought, hey, I could step up there and add a little bit more spice to this voicemail. I could use the technology of censor beep and make this whole thing sound even worse than it is. Oh, yeah? Don't think I can? Sit back and listen to this, baby.
Hey, Greg, it's Robin. I feel like the biggest in the world. I completely spaced last night. Like, I don't know what happened to me. I just completely forgot. I had even been excited about doing the show all day and all weekend, and I'd been prepping for it. But anyway, I am a total jerk, and I apologize. I feel so bad. I woke up at like 5:30 this morning, and I was like, oh, my God, I completely forgot about the radio show, and I apologize from the bottom of my heart. I just feel like such a jerk, but I have no other excuse other than the fact that I completely spaced on it. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me, and obviously I'd still want to be on the show. If you want me to go on next week instead, I promise I won't forget. And
she's laughing.
You can make fun of me on air as much as you like. I apologize. I'm feeling like such a schmuck right now. If you want to call me to chat, my cell is...
I'll take that out.
Talk to you soon. Hope you have a good day. Bye.
That's much better. That's much better. Do you see what happens when you turn... She only swore twice in the original one, but on the Fun with Censorship, she swore like 758 times in a span of like 1 minute and 25 seconds. Hey, you just got to know where to place those beeps, and it's like a whole different thing. It's like a whole different thing, baby. So thanks to Robin for... okay, so let me back it up. A thanks to Robin for actually leaving me the message. I mean, people shine on me all the time, and they don't give me a email or call or whatever. She felt so bad. Look, it happens. I mean, it's only a freaking internet radio show. Who cares? But she sent me a book, and then she left me that nice email. It sounded great. Chad Ward weighing in with, that sounded like a diva after a bad rib turn-in. That's right. That's right. Oh, that was so funny. But she left me the message. It was so nice. But, I mean, how could I not take advantage of all of the censor stuff when it's right there at my fingertips, and it turns just kind of like a nice message into something that is just profane beyond belief. So thanks to Robin for giving me that segment in its entirety. All right, we're going to wrap up here. Big show next week. Huge. Maybe you ever heard of Blues Hog? You ever heard of Bill Arnold? Yeah, he's coming on next week. Ever heard of the Memphis Barbecue Network Team of the Year in 2010? Yazoo's Delta Q Melissa Cookston? Yeah, she's coming on next week. Ever heard of Tuffy Stone and Cool Smoke? Yeah, he's coming on next week. Lots of stuff happening next week. Mike McLeod to talk about Sam's Club in 2 weeks from today, I believe. Lots and lots of great stuff coming up. Thanks to Scotty Johnson, CancerSucksChicago.com. Robin Lindars for the segment, and then this little segment, of course. And Mark Breen from Serial Griller talking about Lakeland Pig Fest. You guys on Ustream, hang out for a couple minutes, and we'll figure out how we're going to pay for this stuff. Raising money for cancer. Hey, I'll see you next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until then, this is your program host and proud U.S. American, Greg Rempe. Good night now.